whenever you do a U or U prime move, your index finger moves out of position in order to turn the layer. So if you need to do multiple U moves in quick succession, then you have to keep moving your finger back into position in order to execute the move again. This is what's called a reload. Reloading is a natural consequence of turning the cube, but too much reloading can lead to your finger being overworked, and it's also often not the most efficient way to execute these moves. For example, in the T-perm AUG, you have to do two U primes pretty much back to back, and they're only separated by an R prime in between. This means that you need to take time to reload your index finger in order to do the second U move again, which makes the AUG slower than it needs to be. So instead, you can do the AUG like this. Do the first U prime with your index finger, and then R prime, and do the second U prime with your middle finger, and then continue with the rest of the AUG. So what you're essentially doing is a U2 double flick with an R prime in between. So this way you don't have to move your finger back into position in order to do the next move. So here are a bunch of other applications of this concept. For Y perm, the two U primes at the beginning of the AUG can be done like this. Similarly, for this R perm, you can do the first few moves like this. For anti-soon, you can do the last U prime with your middle finger. And for soon, you can do the second U move like this. So here's an example from the beginning of the video. To solve this F2L case, you have to do 3 U primes in a row. And the way I like to execute it is like this. For H perm, after the U2, both of your fingers are near the front of the cube, so we're kind of forced to do a reload here. But you can use your middle finger for the last U prime in order to reduce the distance that your fingers have to move. You can also use the middle finger U or U prime when you need to do an F move and a U move back to back. For this OLL case, I do the F prime with my index finger. So I use my middle finger to do the U prime, which comes right after it. Similarly for N perm, I do the F prime with my index finger and then the U prime with my middle finger. Finally, here's a slight variation on this. So for this anti-soon CBLL case, the AUG goes like this. And you can see I have to do a U prime followed by an F prime right after it. So instead, I do the U prime with my middle finger, and this makes it so that my index finger is ready in position to do the F prime that comes right after it. I hope you now understand what a reload is and why you would want to do a U move with your middle finger. And hopefully, after seeing these examples, you'll be able to find other places where you can apply this finger trick.